Hello, Not Manly here, and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program, where our objective is to build a single-stage-to-orbit craft for the purpose of getting to Eve orbit. And now we are finally able to start building some aircraft. Let's take a look. We've got our basic cockpit here. We have an oxidizer tank instead of a fuel tank. That's because Eve's atmosphere consists of about 10% some kind of hydrocarbon. So unlike Kerbal, where we have oxygen in the air and we burn liquid fuel, on Eve we would bring up oxidizer and burn the explodium vapor that's in the air. Aside from that, which is our basic first-time aircraft, we've seen this plenty of times before, I'm going for the structural wing components this time instead of the swept wings to try to get a little less mass. Otherwise, this is your somewhat standard aircraft. You've seen this before. With Ferrum Aerospace, some of the controls are a little different, but not too different at all. This same craft could fly in stock Eve airspace just as easily as in Ferrum. I'm trying to get enough components in here to make this thing useful for survey missions that are coming up. Survey contracts. As I get to the landing gear though, I'm having a little trouble with that service bay. You're going to see me rotating it a bit, and you're going to see me moving wings around. You may have noticed that I attached wing components to other wing components so I could move the entire wings around. I didn't attach them to the fuselage. There we go. Oh. And there we go with the service bay. That way we can even move the wings forward a little bit. Now let's check our center of mass, center of lift, pretty standard stuff. And then I realized I had the wheels attached incorrectly. So we try this again. And there we go. Okay. I put some parachutes on here because that's usually with the lousy runway you start with. You might as well put parachutes on your aircraft. And let's not forget our Mark 0 tanks, our Hades, oxidizer engines, and our explodium vapor intakes. Otherwise, it's just like a stock aircraft back at Kerbal. Then I realized I want the landing gear a little lower. There we go. Further adjustments, further adjustments. And now, since we got this thing fully assembled, now we get to the heart of the matter. We're going to use Ferrum Aerospace's design tools to help us troubleshoot this aircraft before we take it off the ground. Let's see. Eve, we're starting at about 400 meters up, so we'll do 0.4 kilometers. Oh, we're pretty stable already. Let's see how slow we can go. Bring this down to Mach 0.2. Oh. Yep, still going. Not bad, not bad. Can we go even slower? No? Not bad. That angle of attack's a little steep though at 7%. Nope, we can't go much slower than that. Nope, looks like we're stuck at about 0.2 Mach. Okay, that's not bad. But that angle of attack is awfully sharp. That means we'll be pretty much sitting on our tail before we can take off. Let's see if we can fix that up some. So then I go on and I figure out, can I add some more wing space to this? And what you see me is just adding some more wing here. See if we can't get away with adding a little more space. And then I realize I had the wings attached wrong too. Whoop. Let's fix the symmetry on that. We want mirror symmetry, not radial. There we go. Mirror symmetry. We'll put that other wing bit back. Come on, where are we? I can't have the back wheels that low, otherwise they're pointing the wrong way. There we go. We get that lined up. Since we got these big wide wings, why not add some winglets? Give us a little more lateral stability. There we go. And then I realized that I'm a few parts too many. So what can we do? Well, let's get those batteries out. That's not good enough either. Let's get those chutes off of there. We better learn how to land this thing properly. We got enough air to do it. Just one battery should be enough, and we are at exactly 30 pots. Let's do our analysis one more time. Whoa, that brought the necessary angle down by a good 3 degrees from 7. Oh, still a little high if we go slow, but if we go moderately quick, we should be okay. 5 degrees. We're not going to strike the tail if we do that, at least. So now we get ready. We try to take this thing off. And there's Jebediah Kerman getting ready for his first aerial flight on Eve. We actually have to start these explodium harvesters by hand. These are not air intakes. These are explodium harvesters. And there we go. Come on. Little wobbly there. Up, up, up we go. 32, 36, 40, 50, 60, and there we're up at 60. Hey, not bad at all. So we dial it back down. We don't want to be pushing too hard against this dense air so quickly. Now let's see about landing this thing. What does it take to land here? We're coming in a little quick here at 70, 75, 74, 7. Come on, we gotta slow down some more. We don't want to hit the ground too hard here. We could lose part of our landing gear. Steady jab, steady jab, steady 70. Oh! And there we go. We lost one of our landing gear. Only we can hope. Only hope we have now is to try to slow down to less than 50 meters per second so that this cockpit can survive the crash. Come on, Jeb. Not bad. Gliding along at about 40, 41. Oh, and there we go. Well, any landing you can walk away from is a good one. So I look at these wings and I thought, whoa, what can we do about that? An old trick that Aerogav had was he would angle the wings to have a little bit of extra angle of attack built into the wings themselves. So I tried that, get a little bit more. What did the Far-Trues have to say about that? Well, we got a little more at slower speed. That's not bad. Brought it down to 5 degrees at only 0.16. Let's see if we can do a little more. 477 at a slower speed. Why not? That should do it. Alright, let's give this another go. We are trying to use flaps here, but something's odd about the flaps here we're about to see in just a little bit. Real aircraft used flaps so that they don't have to pull up to take off. But this is not working as well as it should. We're actually getting less lift with the flaps out. Come on. Yeah, let's turn the flaps off. That's too much. Oh, yeah, see, it's pushing back down on us, not pulling us up. That is the opposite of flaps. That's more like spoilers, not flaps. But with the flaps off, we can actually come down to a gentle landing at around 50 meters per second. There we go. Nice, gentle touchdown. Now, if we can just fix this flaps problem, we'd be doing okay. Looking at that though, I decide I want to give up on this little custom wing assembly, and I end up going instead for the built-in swept wings. The wings we've always seen on these starter aircraft. Yes, they're heavier, but they offer a bit more lift, and you can still straighten them out if you want straight wings. We want to try to get flaps working properly so that the plane can lift off on its own. And that's not bad. We're a little faster, but 6 degrees is okay, 6.5. Whoop. Not bad, not bad. Just a couple of flap settings and we're already way down. Not very stable though. But then we go back and we put tail fins like we're supposed to, and that fixes that. Now it's looking more like our typical first aircraft. But look at this. I pull up and one flap goes one way and one flap goes the other way. That is not right. That means that one elevon is slightly ahead of the center of pivot and the other one is slightly behind the center of pivot, but they're close enough that we could probably invert the control from here and not hurt it too much. And that's what I end up trying to do here, so that the flaps stay the same. Still got it inverted right there. Let's fix that. And there we go. Now we're almost set to take off. I turned the reaction wheels off on the cockpit. We want to work on control surfaces only. We're going to be low enough in the air that we're not going to need reaction wheels. We want to make sure these surfaces lift us up correctly. 61, 62, that's not bad. Not bad at all. Flaps are working the way they're supposed to. They're not forcing us down. And we're coming in for our landing. We got flaps 1 down and we are holding attitude just fine. We're bleeding off some speed with some S-turns. And now we're going to extend the flaps all the way out for a hopefully nice, gentle landing. Oh, look at that. Look at that, 45 meters per second, and we are gently falling down like a feather in this very dense, very thick, very high pressure atmosphere of Eve. Look at that. Look at that. And touchdown. Touchdown. There we go. Very good. Under 40 meters per second, and we have a very, very gentle landing. Some further testing, we were able to find out we can clear 14 kilometers and get to the upper atmosphere. So we'll be able to use this aircraft for those survey contracts, whether they are below the upper atmosphere limit or just above the upper atmosphere limit. But before we get to that, let us spend the science that Valentina brought home. We got our first SAS capable probe core, and we're also getting our important fuel ducts and our large lines and our larger tanks so that we can cut down the number of parts. But still, we've got a few contracts left to sort out before we can take to the skies in our new aircraft. We have a couple of hauling contracts up to the very, very, very high upper atmosphere, and one is done, and there's the other one done. And we got one more launch for that hammer booster that we've been trying to take to the upper atmosphere for 2 episodes now. And up we go, and there's our fleet boosters getting recovered successfully. Up we go, 17, 18, 19, come on, 21, 21, 21, oh. We are a little quick though, we gotta slow down a bit. And there we go. There's our hammer booster completed testing. Now all that's left is we got these big money making survey contracts that we will do next time in our beautiful little 2-engine aircraft. But we'll be waiting for that in another episode. Until then, I'm not manly. Fly safe.